My 11-year-old daughter Lola is short and wiry, fast. It's not the body type ideally suited to basketball, but that's the sport that she wants to play. So I signed her up for the Pacific Palisades Youth Recreation League. And a couple days later, I got an email from a woman named Coach Nicole asking if I wanted to coach. They needed a coach. So I checked with Lola. Lola said it was okay. So I emailed back and said I would do it. I went to the player evaluations, right? And that's where the girls dribble around cones, shoot a free throw, shoot a layup, shoot from the elbow, do all that stuff. And I took note of the tall girls, the girls that seemed to have a good shot. There was one other coach at the evaluation. Guy named Coach Stan, who wore a Hawaiian shirt. He had like a clipboard with a basketball court stenciled on it, and a grease pencil on which he could draw plays. And Coach Stan wasn't too friendly to me, but fine. I got my roster. We had our first practice. I don't know if you've ever tried to get a group of 11 and 12-year-old girls to do anything organized, but it's a challenge. There's a lot of texting, a lot of Snapchatting, a lot of selfies of themselves not doing the basketball drills that I'm trying to get them to do. But I'm not some crazy disciplinarian of a coach, so fine, whatever. We just scrimmaged and had a good time. Our first game was against Coach Stan and his Hawaiian shirt and the Sky. That was the name of that team. And Coach Stan had a bunch of players who were really tall and could shoot and clearly weren't at the evaluation that I attended. But no matter. The game begins and we're just getting destroyed. I mean, we're getting killed. I mean, this team is clearly better than us, and it gets, if you've ever participated or been involved with youth sports, when the team's losing really badly, it gets dispiriting. But it got so bad though that by the second half I was having trouble getting my girls even to go back in the game. Right, it got to that point, and we lost 55-9. Okay, just as a point of reference, in that league, an average score is probably like 23-21. All right, so this is like an NBA team losing 200-40. All right, that's what this is like. But it's just one game. It's just one game, right? So Coach Nicole emails me the schedule a couple days later, and it turns out I'm coaching in a 2-team league. All right. And so I'm going to have to play Coach Stan and the Sky, or we're going to have to play Coach Stan and the Sky every week for the next 14 weeks, except for Thanksgiving, right? So I need a little help. So I get coaching youth basketball for dummies, and the A to Z's of coaching youth basketball. There's a whole industry of books like this, and they're full of these great these great platitudes like there's nothing as rewarding as seeing the smile on a youngster's face as he masters one of the fundamentals of the game, or whatever. And there's all these plays and diagrams. I try to institute some sort of to diagram some plays to get the girls to try some, because I know we're never going to beat this team. This team's much better than us, and with each week we keep getting destroyed. I mean, it's dispiriting, and here's the problem. No matter how clever the coach is about devising a play that we can run, or trying a box-and-one defense, whatever these ideas that I get out of these books are, the problem is every basketball play, no matter how well conceived, ends with someone putting the ball in the basket, right? And that is a skill set we don't have, right? We can't do that. So this just goes on, and every week it's just continuing this onslaught, and we're not really closing the gap, and it's. I mean, my girls, to their credit, they keep showing up. I mean, they keep showing up and they keep trying. And frankly, I think I'm taking it a little harder than anyone else, how this is going. And so I start reading like John Wooden's Pyramid of Success, right? All these books like Pat Summitt, Reach the Summit. There's all these coaching books, these books full of coaching wisdom. And here's the thing about coaching books, right? Coaching books are written by winning coaches. right? Coaching books are written by championship coaches, right? Like, coaches who lose every game don't get to write coaching books, right? And there isn't a lot of coaching advice for coaching against the same team every week and losing to that same team every week, right? We're like the Washington Generals to the Harlem Globetrotters. I mean, that's the scenario. So, I mean, it gets at one point, Lola, my daughter, even asked me in the car on the way home from practice, like, you don't really think we can beat them, do you? And I'm like, yeah, we can beat them. Stay positive. And but in my mind, I'm like, no, there's no fucking way we can beat them. They're better than us at every aspect of the game. We can't, no. So we finished the season 0-14, right? But it's a two-team league, right? So we're in the championship game, right? We're the second seed, but we're in that game, and that last practice is amazing. Right? My girls are so focused. They are so into it. I mean, they're listening. It's like everyone believes, and we come up with a new strategy, right? Here's our new strategy. We are just going to play smothering, ferocious, relentless defense, right? Nonstop. We are going to that's all we're going to do. We're not going to try to score, because we can't score. So there's no reason. But we're not going to try. It's going to be it's going to be 40 minutes of hell, right? That's what we are going to bring, and that's the plan. And I have total buy-in. All these girls have totally bought in on this. And we go to the game, we get to the game starts. Of course, we forget the strategy immediately, right? That's out the window. But an amazing thing starts happening, which is the Sky are having a terrible game, right? They're having their worst shooting game by far, and we're actually sort of playing okay, right? And it's halftime, and we're ahead 15-9, right? We have never been ahead, right? This is totally unfamiliar emotional terrain, and the girls are like gloating. The girls are like, they're like rappers on stage. They're like so into it. Like the parents, everyone is so excited. Second half starts, and like both teams kind of revert back to form a little bit, right? Like Sky starts playing a little better. We kind of slipped, but it's still a close game. It's a really tight game. Ashley, one of our tallest girls, she scores a basket, right? It seems like the scorer awards the 2 points to the wrong team, right? This happens in youth basketball all the time, right? Usually someone corrects it. I mean, the score is like, he's like a fat guy eating a chili dog. It's not the most accurate thing, but usually the parents correct it, someone corrects it, and it goes on. But in this case, it doesn't really seem like it was ever reallocated, those points. And my girls are like running up and down the court, like shouting, the score is wrong, like everyone, the parents are saying something, but I'm coaching the game, I'm not really focused on that. It comes down, 20 seconds left, we have the ball. And of course we miss the shot. Sky gets a rebound, dribbles out the clock, they win, right? But if those 2 points had been correctly given to us, then no, we would have won, right? It seems like, or maybe not, I don't know. Is the score really wrong? Nobody knows, right? Or I'm not sure, but my girls are absolutely sure. They are absolutely sure that we got screwed. Right, we got jobbed out, that we should have had those 2 points, therefore we should have won. They are crying, they are fuming, the parents are pissed. Everyone is just pissed, right? This is like this great outrage. I mean, there's no instant replay here, right? I mean, there's no way to check, but I mean, they're really pissed. So like, Coach Nicole comes over, she's like, hey, great job, Coach. And I'm like, my girls are really mad. They think they got screwed out of the championship. And she's like, why do you have to be so negative? I'm like, I'm not being negative. I'm just like, if this really happened, considering the season we had, this is like a great travesty. I mean, these girls like won, and she's like, oh man, I can't take this negativity. And she goes over to where Coach Stan in his Hawaiian shirt and his team are celebrating their championship. Big surprise, they won. But my girls are pissed. They won't even take their second place trophies. They just leave them in the box and go, right? And the parents are mad. Everyone's mad. And like all that night, parents are emailing me like, I'm withdrawing my daughter from youth basketball. My daughter's never going to play again, whatever. This whole thing, I'm like, oh, and I'm not. I really am not 100% sure that the 2 points were wrongly. I mean, but. A couple days later, I asked Lola, I'm like, so what's going on at school? Are the other kids talking about it? Like, what are they saying about, the game? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Everyone forgot about it. And then Coach Nicole emails me. I signed Lola up for spring basketball. right, for the next season. And Coach Nicole emails me saying there's going to be 6 teams this time because soccer season's over or whatever. And she asked me if I want to coach again. And I say, yeah, I will.